Okay. How are you doing today?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. We're just gonna jump right in here and just to get an idea of what's going on. Jason, I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself and the sport you play.
Right now, I'm doing triathlons. So the sprint triathlons, the short distances for beginners,
Okay.
and then I guess for my job in the Army, I have a physical fitness test that we have to take every year. Actually, twice a year. That consists of push-ups, sit-ups, and a 2-mile run.
Okay.
So the two events kind of overlap with the running and kind of overall fitness.
Okay, that sounds good. And right now, with your triathlon, how long have you been doing that?
Probably 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
All right, that's good. And okay, and how do you think you felt that you've done? What made you start doing triathlons?
So I was did college track, so mostly a runner, and did the decathlon. And so, continued after college just running, and do it in the Army for 10 years. So running has always been my thing. But then I had some injuries, like Achilles tendonitis, that's been kind of reoccurring. And so I thought, maybe to kind of break up the training with something other than just running every day. Triathlon could be something fun, different, and give a variety to my training routine. So I can swim some, bike some, and still run some, but not run too much where I can get hurt again.
Okay, so regardless of the Achilles tendonitis, you just wanted something a little bit different, since you spent some time you did college track, and you said you were in the Army for 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty lengthy time. So what are your career reserves?
Yeah, Army National Guard.
National Guard? Cool.
Yep.
All right, man, that sounds good. Um, so with the triathlon, you've been doing it for 2 years. Seems like you enjoy it. So how do you think you've been doing so far within these 2 years?
I've been battling the Achilles tendonitis for about a year now, and a couple other things, and so I had to take a lot of time off. It seems like the only time I really do any triathlons are around the end of summer, like in August. I'm finally like able to run enough to actually compete in a race. I just competed actually this morning. I had one, a sprint triathlon. So that one went pretty well. I hit my goals for my times, except for the run. I was like a minute behind. I was really tired. But yeah, so it's gotten better. It's gotten better. Just the more I do them, the easier it's been, the more consistent it's been, and yeah, the more comfortable I've gotten with it.
Okay, so you've gotten used to it. It's become easier. Aside from the tendonitis, you're pretty much doing fairly well. Are you competing? Do you feel like you're competing against yourself, or have you started really competing against other competitors in the triathlons?
Well, I did check to see where I stood in my age group today. So I did look at that. During the race, I definitely try not to get passed as many times as possible, and then try to pass as many people as possible. So if I see somebody coming up, I'll want to pass them, just to pass them. But I think I use that to help myself kind of keep up the pace or the tempo of the run, bike, or swim, whatever. And so just to push myself, I guess. So mostly with myself, but I use other people in the race to do that. Does that make sense?
Okay. So you use kind of everyone else's performance, times and on the during the event, kind of like a measuring stick, and if you pick up the pace or not.
Yeah. And then after the race, I look at the results, kind of see, and then I see where I stood with the swim and the bike and the run, and use that as a gauge to what I need to work on.
Okay. I understand that, man. I do obstacle courses myself, and I tend to do that quite a bit, looking at times and looking at my times or previous times.
Oh yeah.
So let me ask you this, man. We're here talking today about your performance, and you seem to definitely do well at it. So what's going on? Are you having some trouble? How are you feeling with the performance, and why we're here today?
So I train enough to compete and like do okay. I realized this morning after the race that like I need to spend a lot more time swimming and biking. Just like I need to get out there more and do it more. I've been doing it maybe one time a week, per event, 1 to 2 maybe. So maybe 1 week I'll swim twice, another week I'll bike twice, another week I'll run twice, but it's usually at least one event each week. And with a couple like weight training sessions thrown in there every other week or something, it's just kind of enough to get by type of training, and it's nothing there's no training plan or anything like that. I just, I'm going to go swim today. So I just go swim for, 20, 30 minutes or something. And then that's my workout for the day. So I feel like I need to be there for 45 minutes to an hour, maybe do something like that. Or then bike right after it. Maybe do both. Maybe combine it and do both. Just train a little bit harder or more.
Okay. So do you feel? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you feel with those few parts of the event, those are your weaker events? Is that why you think you train less? Because you have a little bit less confidence or not as motivated, knowing that you do well in the running portion?
Yeah, probably. I do love running. That's for sure. The swimming is tough. The biking is cool. That's fun to do because you can go, 30 something miles an hour and you can travel pretty far. So that's cool to do. Time consuming, but it's fun. And then the swimming is just, it gets monotonous out in the pool. And I've been hesitant to train out in the open water by myself because I'm not familiar with the currents out there in the ocean, and I'd rather go with a group. And so they do have group swims that I'm going to start going to a couple times a week. But yeah, maybe I have been avoiding the swim and bike portions. I really do want to run more.
Right.
Yeah, I like that more. Yeah.
Well, we definitely got to get the two portions together because it's a triathlon. We know you got the running portion down, and that's great. We just got to hike up that swimming and biking those biking times in training. So what, other than the monotony of the swimming and the biking, do you think there are any kind of barriers that keep you from doing it? And like I said, besides the hesitance to kind of swim in the water, anything else that you think might hinder that, like time, or is it pretty much kind of like you have to get with this group to train a little bit more tailored to the actual event?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's tough because I didn't do swim in high school or anything like that. I never did, was on a swim team. I just started swimming a couple years ago. So I'm not really familiar with the sport, so it's like with running, that's kind of my thing. I feel totally comfortable with that. That's easy and I guess maybe safe in some weird way. But with swimming, it's just a little unknown. Yeah, it's not as easy, so it's not as enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's not as easy as running. So it's
Well,
hard to really get into it.
well, the good thing is you do know that there's a group out there that can help you, and it could take some of that hesitance away because when it is unknown, especially in the open water, you kind of have a uncontrolled environment. Um, but the good thing is you have that group out there, so you're not alone, and it's a group of people that can push you. If you don't feel like you're doing that well, you need to hike it up. Guess what? Have that partner there that can definitely help you along. What about the biking? Do you bike alone, or is it just kind of like you run alone, and you're trying to get out there and bike?
So yeah, I bike alone too. Um, Pretty much I do all of them alone. I'm very introverted, so it's easy for me to just be by myself and go out and just train. But yeah, I think it probably the same thing. Like I just don't know because I didn't do any cycling either in high school or growing up or anything like that, and so that's new. And so I guess the training part of it, I'm not familiar with. I don't know how hard I can push it or don't have any structured workouts or anything like that. I'm just trying to like spend more time on the bike. I guess that's where I'm at right now. There's nothing sort of specific of intervals or mileage that's building, week to week, month to month. There's nothing like that. It's just, yeah, just kind of wake up and know that I'm riding that day, but just, pick a spot and ride to and then ride back kind of thing.
Okay.
And then when I'm out there, I'll feel like it. Oh, okay, I feel good. I'll push it up this hill, or I'll push it this downhill, or I'll push it on this flat, or take it easy. Just see how how I'm feeling, how well when I'm out there. So
Cool. All right. So I want to ask you. I'm gonna just ask you a few more questions. And then we'll see what we can do. Um, as far as the your running portion, how knowledgeable do you feel that you are with with running? Do you think you could help someone out or help a team out to improve their running, especially in a decathlon, triathlon?
maybe. Yeah, I guess it depends on the environment. A lot of these triathletes have ran longer distances than I have. Like I haven't done any marathons or half marathons even, or even a 10K. I think the 5K is, or 4 mile race in college was the longest race. So So I'm not like this huge, big distance runner either. I'm kind of like this semi-distance runner, shorter distance runner, I guess. But yeah, with drills, running drills, even training plans, different interval workouts, different types of runs, when to structure like a hill workout, and that, yeah, I do feel comfortable with, and could
Okay.
definitely help somebody with, yeah.
All right. And what are your current times in each portion of the triathlon? And do you have a goal for a threshold that you want to pass or a particular time that you want to finish in for each portion?
Yeah, yeah, depending on the race, each race is a little bit different, but this one was a 1,000 meter swim, 25K bike ride, and then a 5K run. So the goal for today was a 20-minute swim for 1,000 meters, in the ocean, and 50 minutes on the bike, and 22 minutes on the run.
Okay, and that's what your performance was today?
It was, yeah, the swim was exactly 20 minutes. The bike was 49 minutes, and the run was 23 minutes.
Okay. So, what are your goals? Now that you know what your actual performance is, what are your goals? What would you like to go
to? That's tough. I guess it depends. So I want to eventually move up to the next distance, the Olympic distance, and just basically finish one. So that would be the goal, just to finish it. But then for the sprint, because I might do another sprint next month, the distance of the swim is 500 meters, so it's half the distance. The bike portion is, I think, like 17 and a half miles. And the run is a 5K. So I'd like to do like, I don't know, 9 minutes on the swim, maybe like 9 minutes on the swim for that one.
Okay.
It's also ocean start, but shorter. So and then the bike probably under an hour.
Under an hour? Okay.
Yeah, under an hour. And then the run under 22. I want to, I'm going to say 21.
21?
I'm going to say 21 because my Achilles is feeling better now, so I can actually go out and run.
Awesome. So you're looking at about a 7-minute mile there, man.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Mine is pretty much an 8-minute mile for us, so you're doing much better than I am.
You got those obstacles.
Oh yeah.
Climb through.
So we have a specific goal in mind. That's definitely that's a really good start. Now, with that being said, let's focus on how we're going to get there. And how do you think you're going to get to these performance goals here?
My quick answer. What's that?
I said you have a goal and they are measurable. So how do you think you get there?
More time in the pool, or no, not even the pool. I can do more time out in the ocean.
More time in the ocean? Okay.
More time swimming in the ocean, yeah. And then probably longer or harder bike rides. Probably harder bike rides.
Like on a hill? Like on hills
yeah.
and some different terrain?
Yeah.
All right. And let's see. Is there Okay. So this is what I want you to do, because we know another thing you mentioned is there are groups out here. I know you feel like you know you're introverted, but
Mhm.
there are groups out here that would help you achieve this and can definitely help push you and encourage you. Do you think you could definitely start participating more on there, maybe 2 times a week or maybe a third every month?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
Do you have a pen and paper with you?
Yeah.
All right, can you grab that for me? I'm gonna
Yep.
write something down.
Okay. Got it. I'm ready.
You pretty much have a good idea of how you want to get somewhere and what you want to achieve. So what we're gonna do to keep you motivated in your and make that promise to yourself, we're gonna do a self contract, a self performance contract,
Okay.
and we're gonna put I, your name, will achieve in my next triathlon 8 to 9 minutes for 500-meter swim, 60 minutes for a 17.5 mile, and 21 minutes for a 5K run by training more often in swimming, in the oceans, and biking on longer and more difficult terrain. And also engaging in group training
What was the last part?
and engaging in group training
Oh, group training. Okay.
to help push myself and others 2 to 3 times a week. Now, after you write this down, I will be your witness. But to sign that,
All right.
and you can put witness by Robert Jarrell. And my last name is spelled Jarrell.
All right.
And every day that you train, you want to keep this with you, because this is a promise to not anyone else but to yourself. And breaking this there will be no external punishment, but this is a promise that you made to yourself, and not at least putting forth the effort to adhere to that contract. Um, you'll feel better as you adhere to that contract. And once you achieve these goals, you'll find that these promises to yourself will definitely push you harder. Do you think you can adhere to that contract with
I
yourself?
do. Yeah.
All right. And you said your next competition is in a month,
Yeah, August 6th.
August 6th. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll meet again after August 6th, just to see how everything is going and how the training is going, and kind of review everything that we've talked about today.
Okay.
All right. Are we good with that, man?
Yeah, that's cool, man. I feel more energized already. Like
All right.
I just had this triathlon this morning. I've been dead tired all day, but I'm ready to put my shoes on and go for a run right now.
That's great, man. That's what I like to hear.
Cool, thank you.
No problem. And I will say this. That's all we have for today, man. I definitely want to keep up with your progress, and definitely good luck on that next event.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.